Hey there, dude. Welcome back. Or welcome for the first time. I don't know. What are you supposed to say at the beginning of these things? Hi, thanks for clicking on my video. Today, I'm doing another quick, honest review, initial hands on, whatever you want to call it. I guess I'm going to call it an honest review, but it's also an initial hands on. But I played enough to give you a really good overview of what you're in for. So, today we're looking at Tiny Battles. It's probably a popular Steam game, more of a PC type game if you can't tell by the graphics and style of game that it is. But it is as it's self-described, cute tactical auto battler. You have an army, you're facing another army, you place your soldiers on the battlefield, and you let them fight it out. And meanwhile, you're getting money to buy more soldiers to set up a better arrangement. You can level up. You can sell soldiers and replace them with others. It's basically a battling simulator, I guess you would say. I don't know. I'm a gamer. I play whatever I want to play and whatever looks cool and fun. And lately, it's been just quirky games such as this. Also leaning more towards the chill games. I like to sort of categorize games more by what mood they fulfill, more so than other aspects of the game. Obviously, this is very simple graphics, pixelated, but it fulfills a mood that is it's reminiscent of the old tactical turn-based days, like any of the slower paced battling type games. And if you're like me, or if you're not like me, either way, if you like to game while snacking, if you partake in particular plants and you like to do that while you're gaming, these kind of games are actually really great for that, because you can literally just kind of sit and play and let it go. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to think too much. It's a little more involved in this one, because you do have to think about what you're going to place down, and if you start losing, thinking about how you're going to turn that around. However, it's pretty simple, and if you're into that kind of thing, it's a real fun, just little, I don't know, battle simulator, as they call it. I guess auto battler is a game type, so it's an auto battler, and I picked it up on the PSN. I believe it was on sale as well. I think it was like $5. I don't know, something like that. But either way, I also judge games based on how I feel after I spend money on them and how much money I spent on them. And this one is, again, a banger. It's simple. It's cute. It is what it is. It does what it does. And I will tell you what, I was live streaming it to give it a first go. And the last battle that I did lasted about 45 minutes, and it was a stalemate for a good 10 minutes, and I was overwhelming the screen with assets, and I thought the game was going to crash. It started to first obviously hiccup, frame rate drop. Then the sound started to go wonky because there's too many objects with sounds being played. And then the strategy I was using relied on my character summoning a bunch of skeletons, and I had a bunch of necromancers just summoning waves of skeletons, overwhelming the enemy. And it got to a point where it stopped even summoning skeletons, because I guess there was too many on screen. And it still didn't crash. So that's why you make games like this with these simple graphics, so that they can be insane. And I assume that's sort of the meta of the game, is to find a way to build yourself invincible, much like some of the other games I've been showcasing and playing lately, like the Vampire Survivors and its clones. It's sort of that, you find that broken build, and if you can get there, then you got it made. The last battle I did was it went from being one-sided to being a stalemate. I was so strong but also not able to like after you fill up the board with characters, or maybe after a certain amount of time, I'm not sure which one triggers it, but at some point you're also able to start adding damage or health instead of characters to your board. And so I got to the point where I was just letting the money run up really fast and trying to beat the other army to doing more damage and having more health, so that I could last a little bit longer, keep them at bay, and just keep slowly inching forward until finally I won. And it's that kind of game. It's like so simple and dumb, but at the same time so satisfying. And if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, there's not a lot of options on the PlayStation 5, to be honest. I mean, these things are a dime a dozen on the PC. Obviously, on Steam, you can get these, a stack of these for free. And that, that's great. But if you're like me and you play on the console here, then you don't typically get to dabble in these types of affairs. And I am loving this one. So, Tiny Battles. Didn't realize or didn't know that it was on here. I watch a few different YouTubers who play games, roguelikes, roguelites, and different games like this where you can basically break the game and do cracked ass builds. And one of them was playing this game, and I was like, I've been lately, if I see them playing a game, because they all play Steam games, I go on PlayStation and I search it on the store to see if it's on here, or if there's a game similar to it that somebody made and put on here. Because turns out a lot of those like shovelware cheap indie games that are on the PlayStation store, a lot of them are exactly that, garbage. But there are a few little gems in there that get no love, but they're amazing games. I've got quite a few on my playlist, and I'll be adding quite a few more to my live streaming list, because I like streaming without talking. Gives everybody you can just talk, like you can chat if you want, you can watch, you can have it in the background, do whatever, and I can use the footage in videos if I need to without having to worry about editing out talking points or anything like that. And it's just an all-around chill experience. Most people like to entertain and do things, and I can do that if I wanted to, but I kind of like the playing without talking thing, just showcasing the game for the game. I actually like to watch a lot of that stuff myself, so I figured why not join the club, and so this is one of those games that will also be in that foray, that repertoire. It'll be in the repertoire for games that I'll be streaming without talking, probably mostly at night. So if you're into that sort of thing, click that subscribe, check it out. And otherwise, there's not much I can say about this. It's pretty simple. It's got a lot of content. It's hard, challenging, and the battles are pretty time consuming. So, expect to spend about 20-30 minutes on a battle, or as I just did, like 45 minutes, depending on how well it goes. But this is Tiny Battles. It is an auto battle simulator, and it is really actually fun. And you can pick it up on the PlayStation Network. I believe right now, like I said, I believe it might be on sale. If not, it's still worth a look. It's a good game if you like these sort of things. It's not for everybody. And if you look at my channel's history, you would think it's not even for me. But guess what? I actually like playing games that you wouldn't think are for me, or most people don't like to play. Or I get real late to the game, like with Vampire Survivors and roguelike games like that. I've always dabbled in it, but like I've been into it lately. Deck building, strategy, tactical, kind of slow chill play, or just using a stick to navigate around. This is a little bit of, like I said, a little bit more, because you're setting up a strategy for a battle. You start with minimal funds and minimal soldiers, and you got to make the best of it. And you make choices like, do I add more stuff this round, or do I save up and level up, or do I, what am I getting smoked out there? There's a lot of strategic, tactical choices you got to make. And for being such a silly little presentation, you wouldn't expect such in-depth tactical, thought going on. But even then, it's not in-depth. It's just overpower the enemy. But isn't that war? So that's my piece. Tiny battles, tiny video, honest review. I think it's worth it. Honestly, if you're tired of the stuff that's out there, or you're just bored because everything is a clone of everything else, or you've been looking for something different, or you just like chill games, or you didn't know this was on PlayStation, well, there you go. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Love you guys. Bye.
Is that honey? Oh yeah. Hey, your mom wants you to subscribe if you could, please.